start streaming here. We are officially on a timer. And I don't think we have... Yeah, there we go. There we go. We are on a timer, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Halloween.
You got your Halloween costume already?
No.
He's wearing it.
That is hideous. That's actually not a bad idea.
It's a charcuterie
Take that
board.
mic and pull it all the way to your nuts. Not the mic top part, because we don't want to know what the noises are, but the mic stand.
I like Andrew's idea about the movie.
Oh, that one's good. You remember what the question is? Because I immediately had forgotten until you brought it back up.
Huh?
Who would play who and
Who would who play?
Huh. All right, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm judging that.
Michael Clark Duncan will play me.
Let me go ahead and Google Michael Clark Duncan.
The guy from the Green Mile.
All right, this is gonna be a good show.
Wes,
I'm so glad you're here. You're for sure. But Danny
For
DeVito
sure.
from the Penguin. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold it, don't break this. People are watching. People are listening right now.
Twins.
Hang on. From Twins. Yeah, that'd be good too. Oh, this is gonna be a good show. I'm looking forward to this.
Tequila's good.
Tequila's really good, right?
Yeah.
It is.
The painted donkey.
Like
It's
it.
not expensive either. Maybe $30.
It's like that. It's a cocoa.
Oh, Socorro.
Yep.
Uh-huh. All right, let's see what we got.
Yeah, go ahead and just pronounce any tequila name, and then Jose Cuervo over there.
I'm just trying to help him. I'm trying to help him because if he goes in...
You didn't say it correctly.
I'm just trying to help in a very guiding way.
You gotta go.
You have to pronounce Jose.
See, we are definitely... I mean, we haven't even started with viewers, but we're definitely...
My name is Speedy Gonzalez. I'm the fastest personal in Mexico.
People can hear us right now.
Good.
Run!
It's only a preview.
Run while you can.
Pepe.
Oh, we didn't shotgun a beer.
What?
We didn't shotgun a beer. This show's going to suck.
It is gonna suck. You guys suck.
No, it won't. I haven't eaten since lunch, so.
I had a dilly
And you know
bar
how
on
I
my way
drink,
here.
so-
You had a dilly bar?
Gotta have it. That's old
my
school.
God.
We got 10
yeah.
seconds.
Dilly,
Hang on. We're all
butterscotch dilly bar is
That's
the
what it is.
shit.
Hang on.
Oh, they had another one that had ice. It had fudge and nuts and shit inside of it. What was that called?
Nuts and fudge and shit inside of it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what up?
High five it. High five it. High five it. High five it. High five it.
Thank you.
Vertically challenged.
That's it.
That I am going to just go ahead and put this out there as I'm looking at how we could have maybe assigned who's sitting where. I do look like a couple inches taller than you on this.
A couple.
Yeah, I'm a couple inches taller. But what the hell is up, everybody?
What's
It
going
is.
on?
It's my favorite day of the week. Tuesday.
Cheers, boys. Cheers to all of you.
Tink, tink, tink.
Dink, dink.
Cheers. And for those of you who are on their third podcast with us today, give us a thumbs up. I want to know who it
Yes,
is.
absolutely. And by the way, tonight's show is brought to us by Definition Cigars.
Cigars.
Definition Cigars. If you haven't, if you don't know the definition, look it up.
What is your definition? And this is our Tuesday show. This is Cigar Talk Live. This is our weekly get-together where we get to sit and have a cigar with you beautiful people, unfiltered, unscripted, everything. Professional, entertaining, all of the uns that it could be, it most certainly is. But tonight we have a couple of esteemed guests with us. We also have Pops. I am looking forward to trudging my way through the show as it's my third show. Do me a favor. You will keep me all alive if you just give thumbs up, if you like, comment, share, and drop comments importantly. That's what I want. What up, Chris? Chris
Sorry.
Coulter? That's all right. It's the age thing we were talking about, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Gentlemen, we have a couple of people on the show. Just to my left, we have Wes Tackenberg. Tackenberg, right?
Yes.
We have Wes Tackenberg, one of my favorite ICC stories to date. Will you give the guys and gals, Julie, I'm talking to you, just a quick synopsis. Who the hell are you? Why should they care?
30-second elevator speech, huh?
There it
Let's
is.
see here. Father, 2 boys, Eagle Scouts, slept on an island in the Florida Keys, backpacked 90 miles through the mountains of New Mexico last summer, employed at my job for 20 years, and die-hard sports fan.
See the style he did it?
Yeah.
He did it. He did it in the James Creedon style.
Yeah.
I like that. The backpacking vagabond style.
Yeah.
Also parent. That's interesting.
I've never been in a band, and I've never been homeless, and never been to Cuba.
Ron has been to Cuba. Cuba, who the hell are you over there, Ronnie?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me on again. I actually can't believe you let me do this a second time.
Likewise, we just had an extra mic and we didn't want to break it down.
Extra mic, and we got 4 connectors. So
What's
Y'all
up,
were
Kevin?
desperate, I know.
yeah.
And everybody chipped in $30.
So
it is.
Ron, who are you? And in 30 seconds, tell us the most interesting things about Ron Hancock.
Most interesting thing is
Deuces.
that I can't believe that you guys let me show up here on a regular basis. Been a member of the family since a couple of weeks after you guys opened. And really, you guys are probably the most interesting thing about me.
That is so
rough.
sad on so many levels.
It is sad.
What's up, Marty Upton? What's up, Mark Meyer, who has already pieced out?
What a wuss.
Kevin Amick is in. What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us.
We got Georgia in the house. We got Frisco in the house. We got LaGrange, Missouri in the house. Did
And
you
we got
share this
East
with all
Texas
your
in the
friends?
I got it shared out to.
Let us know where you're coming in from. If you're
bunch of
coming in from a
groups.
strange country like New Mexico, let us know.
or the worst foreign country, Iowa.
Nebraska.
Iowa. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way.
Let's get it out of the way.
We're
Donkey in the room.
What part of Iowa are you from?
Cedar Falls up in the northeast side.
Yep.
Cedar Falls.
North of
Home of
Dubuque.
Home of the University of Northern Iowa.
Never heard of it?
Where men are men and sheep are nervous.
Actually, it was cool. I got to watch Kurt Warner play college ball.
Yeah, I had him actually go get me a loaf of bread when he worked at Hy-Vee,
Yeah.
when he was stocking shelves.
That's called a one-up.
Yeah, that's it.
And this is where they leave me.
Yes.
That's it.
Oh, Mike is coming in. Nebraska is great minus our football. Look,
It's too
Hey,
soon.
Iowa football's not much better this year. 125 yards on average in 2 games versus one D2 school.
I can't wait for our game when it ties 0-0.
Yeah, with a last-second field goal kick and they miss it by a mile.
Exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
Paul's coming in from Panhandle of Florida. What up, Paul? Mike is coming from. I'm going to just assume he's coming from Nebraska if he actually likes it.
Yeah, yeah. And then we have an Iowa fan here, and for those of us that grew up in Nebraska and then had to be connected to the state of Iowa, and then had to spend half his life traveling the state of Iowa in order to, make a living
Feed
to
us.
feed you little bastards.
So Nebraska could afford to pay.
Yeah, so no, that's true. And there was only 3 customers in Nebraska, and there was 4 in Iowa, all over the place. But
Smells like
but it
money.
does. It definitely lives up to its name, Iowa. I owe the world an apology. Or idiots out walking around. So it is
Wandering. Walking.
Wandering.
Yes,
They're
walking
wandering.
ensues that they
know where they're going.
Exactly.
And all
Yeah.
that wandering brought me to Texas.
They keep falling in the river, and then they make it down here.
Yeah.
That damn Missouri
Same with
River.
the turds from Omaha. They just float down the Missouri River.
Float down the Missouri. That's it. So
No
yeah,
offense
no,
to the
there's
Adams.
gonna be plenty of Iowa trash talking, but that's all right.
It's a given.
Let's
He
start off
actually
with
went
some
back to
judgment.
his car to get his shirt to put it back on when he heard you guys say Nebraska.
Really? But I am
That's a
proud.
ballsy move.
I am proud that you have not only the Iowa colors on, but just the overall Iowa physique of someone who was going to work in the cornfields and then just didn't, and you just kind of didn't.
Come on, tasseling was tough. The ones I'm already
Tasseling was tough,
Tasseling, yeah.
but tasseling.
Do you guys
pigs-
not have hay in Iowa? You guys don't. You don't
No.
bale hay over there.
No,
or-
we had pigs, not cows.
Yeah, they tassel
more
pigs.
more
Swine.
lifelike
tassel
feel.
pigs. Yeah,
That's
it's,
it.
It's a whole different sport.
All right, let's move on to some cigar talk. Do you guys want to talk cigar talk to start it off, or you guys want to just get into judging each other right away? Because
Well,
we're kind
I'm
of
gonna-
in that theme.
I'm going to jump in real quick because you guys have got the DCs, but I've got the white band, which is out of the 5th anniversary pack, and my God, this is good.
It's- It is. I haven't smoked it because the thing doesn't really actually exist.
Right.
I know.
It doesn't
I know.
actually exist.
And once I smoke this, it'll be gone.
And Brandon, you
I'll
and
have to hit
I,
him up.
you and I are smoking a DC that has yet to have a label, one of the garter belts created for it. You have the Habano, I have the Maduro. But these are brand new. He just peeled the paper off. So.
The Habano's really nice. Wes, what are you smoking right now?
I am smoking the Nicro Robusto
Nica Rustica.
Rustica.
Close. I mean, you're from Iowa. I mean, words are hard.
I mean,
Exactly. I mean, all our teachers came from Nebraska, so
oh, you'd never get teachers from Nebraska. Everyone knows you never get teachers from Nebraska.
No.
Let's be honest.
No, that's true. That's true. They would have never found their way over there.
No.
They would have been lost walking around South Dakota,
once
wandering
again,
around.
it's to pay.
These are nice. I'm for it. I like that Habano.
He does
Just a
great
little
job.
bit more.
He really does.
Yeah, so this will soon have a color assigned to it and a name assigned to it if it works out. You wanted to make sure that we tested it tonight, so that's what I'm doing. That's what you're doing.
Jay, run with the Habano. I think there does need a little bit of intensity in that Maduro.
It's light.
It's too passive. Wayne Ferguson, at least you got one, Ron. Couldn't make it because he got the Rona.
Who got the Rona?
Wayne Ferguson.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah. Well, Ron bought the last pack, so you will not get one.
No. I bought the last box pack.
Oh, we still have packs left.
I think you still have the 5 packs left. They just don't come in a box. They're in the old mystery tour.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So we'll bring you in on what's happening. Sunday was our 5th anniversary, and we had gone to our top 10 vendors, and we said, go dig in your humidor, go look for something old, look for something unique. We're going to create a mystery pack that's going to have 5 cigars celebrating our 5 years. And every pack was different. And it's been really cool because guys are acting like they just got a box of baseball cards and they got Mickey Mantle rookie cards. There are some guys that are opening them up, and it was just like. And then a couple of guys got really addicted to the what's in the box. They bought one and then went in and bought another, and then I think Goodner left with 5 or 6 boxes.
Excellent.
That he was just.
Oh man, Maya's coming in. This is fantastic. This is the type of quality comment, interaction we're looking for. Will someone go ahead and read that for us? You
Which
see
one?
it's Maya Ramani. Whatever culture that is. Never mind. We're now on our podcast. Go ahead. If someone can translate what that means, I would appreciate that.
No problem. I got this. It says, "You guys are great. The cigars you are smoking are awesome. And I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to like and look forward to seeing you guys next time."
Ronnie, that's phenomenal.
Did you read that correctly? This son Mitch fell asleep on the keyboard is what happened here.
Better yet, what language is that? They
I
make
don't know.
keyboards with
I'll
that?
tell you what, it's a 12-hour plane ride wherever it's at.
I think it's Elvish.
Elvish. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Josh
It's definitely
Sims
not
hooked it up.
Klingon, so
Definitely not. This evening, I feel like we should just hop straight into a little bit of judgment of each other. We don't have to go full judgment zone with the big 3, but
Well, I mean, we don't
think
do
Drew
it.
had a good question.
Yeah, I mean, that's not really judgment, but that does create a little fun with everybody that's out there watching. And so Andrew had, you guys did a podcast earlier, and he came up with this idea for this evening's show.
What up, JD? That
If
is not
there
Adrian.
is a movie
He gets
made
one
about
over the moon.
ICC, who is going to play all the various characters in this place?
Ron
There's
is the
obvious-
easiest.
Ron is super easy.
absolutely.
Danny DeVito
Danny DeVito.
in the penguin outfit.
No.
Yes, and yes.
Twins, because remember him and Arnold Schwarzenegger were both wearing the Hawaiian flowery shirts.
Oh, that's
Yep.
true.
That's
That
true.
could be.
Yeah.
Yep, I like that. Who's
You know what? And in serious, I think Arnold would have to play Nathan.
Yeah.
I was gonna go Angelina Jolie.
that? I kind of see where you're going with, but she's still got hair. Mm-hmm. So I think that kind of throws it off. Everything else is probably spot on.
Well, maybe Nate is. Maybe The Rock is going to play Nate.
Begley, Renee Zellweger.
That's actually pretty good. Who plays Elaine in Seinfeld? What's her name? That's who I think.
Maria Louise Dreyfus.
Yeah.
That's who would play Begley.
Yeah.
That's who I think.
This is too easy. This is too easy. We need your guys' input because you guys obviously know some of the characters that are here. There are other characters, obviously, that are wandering around this place, out wandering around parking lots right now.
Josh thinks that James Wood needs to play you.
James Wood. That's old school.
Yeah, that's old school. James Wood. Yeah, it'd be more like Gandolfini. I don't know.
I'm all in if James get. Well, James is
we're not actually making a movie about us, if we're being honest. I'm curious. What do you guys think about Wes? I mean, people haven't gotten to know Wes yet. So
no, that's why.
Will you give a little bit of your backstory?
I'm sold on Michael Clark Duncan playing me.
The fellow from the Green Mile.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see it? Keep looking.
I'll keep looking.
Have another tequila.
Yeah, I need a couple tequilas here, and then we'll continue. We'll go back to that.
I've never seen him wear a hat though. That's where I think
he was a clean-shaven guy too.
Yeah.
Same build and everything.
Yeah.
Complexion, everything else is uncanny.
Yeah, dead on. They could be twins.
Yeah.
Really, it'd be. He's not really an actor, but I would say Daniel Negreanu from the poker world.
I don't know who the fuck that is, Wes.
Do you know who that
is?
No.
The only one I know
is he a poker player?
He is a poker player.
Oh, okay.
We saw the poker guy, the Asian guy that always has the glasses on when we were out in Las Vegas playing craps of all things. Yeah.
Johnny Chan?
That guy.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I'm sure that was his name.
Yeah, something like that.
Asian guy playing poker, that's a shot.
Yeah.
So Andrew's Ben Affleck.
That's really good. Or who plays Deadpool?
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Could be.
There you go.
I might throw him for you, though.
Yeah.
That's the one actor in Hollywood that I want to punch in the face is Ryan Reynolds. Everyone has that actor who they want to punch in the face.
Why do you want to punch him in the face?
Maybe because he possesses all the qualities in myself that I'm self-conscious about, so I just project all of that, and I just don't like him because of it.
He seems so comfortable. He seems very comfortable.
Yeah.
Well, what's interesting though is I was listening to an interview with him, and he actually has anxiety with acting that he has to push through in order to be on screen. I mean, he's really not that comfortable on screen.
Huh.
Which I thought was just kind of interesting. And that's part of the reason why his personality is the way he is on screen is because he's actually just nervous as shit.
Damn.
This is the poker guy that we saw.
Scotty.
Oh, Scotty.
Yeah, that guy.
I think if Nate was going to be one, I would put it as Fat Chris Pratt from Parks and Rec. You remember when he was a little beefier?
Yeah,
he was kind of goofy.
Yeah.
I think that's where he would be.
Yeah.
For those of you who are joining us who don't know who we're talking about, maybe we should pivot to the next.
I would really
I
like.
want to see who y'all think Ty should play Ty.
He would say Denzel Washington,
I'm not getting
it's
into
not.
that shit.
No, it's.
Or I'm not getting Samuel L. Jackson.
No, it'd be like Chappelle.
No, wait a minute.
That's not a bad one. Chappelle would be pretty good.
Yeah.
That's not a bad one.
The problem is he's not near as funny as he thinks he is, like Chappelle.
Yeah, Chappelle's actually funny.
Maybe he's more of a Cat Williams type.
Okay, so but when we have people like Oliver that are such a big part of our culture here, who would play Oliver? I think. I mean, obviously, Will Ferrell will want to take on the challenge of playing somebody.
You would be pretty close to the Will Ferrell character.
I could take Will. I think I could teach him.
I think Will Ferrell. I think
shave his head, or
Oliver,
or Scott, or Jonathan Riley, John C. Riley.
Both of those would be good.
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah.
That's a good one. What about Oliver? For those of you who don't know Oliver, then this next segment is going to get you to definitely get
Oliver
away.
has to play himself.
Oliver plays himself. I would think like Machete.
No, because that's Edgar.
Yeah, just like a super. I mean, just think of someone who loves tacos.
That would have to. Yeah, but
Tacos.
See, you're saying it right.
Yeah.
I know you're listening. How you're saying it. Taco loving.
Machete would have to be.
If someone,
Edgar
Vince
Boyle.
Vaughn for you too, man. You've got some good actors.
Oh, Vince Vaughn would be. Good
I
too.
think I could coach any one of those guys to
And with
get
that-
to where they need to be.
I think. Who plays? Who's in Wedding Crashers with Vince Vaughn? Is that Owen Wilson?
Owen Wilson.
Oh,
yes.
Wilson, yeah.
I think that could be Oliver. I think Owen
Yeah.
Wilson could be Oliver.
I
Kind
can
of a
see
nice,
that.
cool dude.
He's very cool, very smooth,
Got a
yeah.
little bit, but he can party.
Yeah.
That's what I'd put down.
I like that.
I'm curious what everyone wants the actor for them to be. Who do you think the actor would be for yourself? I mean, we've
But
got
Oliver says he looks more like Denzel than Ty does. So
That's true.
that is true.
Ty is not an attractive person. He's not here.
He's not watching.
And you know he's not watching.
And I know his wife's not watching. Who would play Ale?
Selma Hayek.
Thanks, Ron. Appreciate that one.
You're welcome, brother.
That's going to score you some
I'll drink
points.
to that. That one's
Yeah.
good.
So who would play Jackie?
Jackie Wilson?
Your guy.
Oh, James Spader. Man, Mike coming in strong. What's happening, everybody? This is Cigar Talk Live, where we just sit and... well, what exactly would you call this show?
JP just came in. Who would play JP?
Oh God.
That would be
Who's the most off-putting character of any movie ever?
in the history of movies
Yeah.
that plays the character.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. JP would be
What's the guy
who played with Chris Farley in
David Spade.
David Spade.
I was thinking the same thing.
even with the hair that flaps back. I think we would have JP David's.
You're
David
the one
Spade.
with the candy chocolate on it. Are you talking?
Is that is that a
Kevin
niner?
Spacey should be.
Was that are you in a walkie-talkie?
Nicolas Cage. I hope Josh isn't talking about himself.
Nicolas Cage has to be in the movie as somebody, even if he just makes a cameo.
Yeah,
We may just let him be Nicolas Cage and just run through the place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly. Heck, he did an entire movie not too long ago playing himself.
it's a bold move.
It was a bold move.
It was.
I figured out who's Jackie, though. Jackie Wilson is played by Cedric the Entertainer.
Okay, I can go for that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I could see Ced doing that.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that.
But
Oh,
my
and thank
question
you.
is, how do we get Steve Harvey in here, and who does he play?
Somebody tag Steve Harvey right now.
Yeah.
Also, Josh.
He could be.
I don't know if-
Steve Harvey could be my alter ego. We could have like this. There's two sides of Dave.
Oh no, that would be the George
only
Clinton cameo.
Yeah.
The George,
Bust a move.
your inner mind,
My
your
inner mind comes walking
dialogue.
through. Who's that guy?
Your voiceover is George Clinton doing the voiceover, walking and look at this
Yeah, but
motherfucker
dabba-doo,
right here.
baby
Yeah,
mama.
but dabba-doo, baby. I'll tell you what, Josh Dowling, you and I are going to get along. He says the off-putting character is Nicolas Cage. You are so dead on with that. Oh, most off-putting character.
I don't know. Keanu Reeves is up there too.
Oh, how dare you say that?
Keanu Reeves is up there.
Keanu? I'd fuck around with Keanu Reeves.
Nicolas Cage could be Ryan Hensley. All right, good.
plays
Well,
in
we're
film,
not
let's
talking
move.
about people that look. Just watch the movie when it comes out. I'm pretty sure.
Josh Sims? Oh my God, Josh Sims is coming in for JP's character, and it's the brother from Something About Mary.
Franks and beans.
Franks and beans. Oh, you should never touch his ears.
I guarantee you can't touch JP's ears. I guarantee you. Look, this is reason number 367 that you need to come to Industrial Cigars is to meet the characters that we're talking about.
And
Who would
judge
play
for
them?
Yourself.
Yes.
You can touch him. They're close
just
enough
don't
to
touch
touch him.
JP's ears.
He has a thing about his ears.
Yeah.
Let's have a thing about
it's
his
just
ears.
there's a ringing sound.
Let's talk movies here because I watched a movie that didn't hold up lately. Okay, let's have a little movie consumer advice for those who are watching, and we need a little bit of your feedback here. What is a movie that just does not age well?
Well, anything old that, where they're not able to use cell phones. And I mean, it's amazing how much cell phones have become such a big part of movies.
It's still, there's an old De Niro film when he has to get someone across the country. I can't remember what the name is, but he basically has to bring him all the way across because there's a bounty on his head. But it was a time before payphones or before cell phones. And that movie holds up strong.
Yeah.
That's a movie that doesn't hold up. Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Adventure.
Oh, really?
That I thought for the Halloween event, because it's a time machine. I thought, oh, this is gonna be perfect. I can grab it. I got like 6 minutes into it. I could not do it. Couldn't do it. I thought,
But there's Keanu Reeves right there.
yeah, I think that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. So that's my movie that does not age up at all.
I'll tell you what does hold up is Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yes.
Yep. Sean Penn.
Yep. What is it?
Spicoli.
Spicoli. Yeah, I was gonna say Spumoni.
Close.
Spicoli. Yeah, that holds up.
At least it wasn't Bafangu.
Buffer. Exactly.
Yeah.
That holds up.
Yeah.
You have
What are some
Dazed
other-
and Confused holds up.
Yep.
This is gonna be an
Bad
easier,
News
more fun.
Bears. I mean,
Oh, that holds up. And the newest, even the new Bad News Bears, is stellar too.
Sandlot holds up well.
Sandlot,
the
always
Sandlot.
timeless.
Sandlot.
Yeah.
Oh,
The sad
Hook
thing
is
is,
timeless.
they're rebooting every darn thing, and every time you turn around, they're remaking something, and I'm going, why? Have you just become so vapid that you can't think of anything new?
yes, that is the answer to that. But you want to know
Best-
who does it right? Goddamn Maverick. I watched half of that movie.
Top Gun Maverick rocks.
Holy
Oh, yeah.
shit, that thing is good.
Yeah.
I have not seen it
You
yet.
need to
haven't-
come
I
back to
haven't
the
seen it
house
yet
and
either.
finish it.
We only watched through half because we had to bug out. That movie is. I
And
don't
it's
know how they did it.
But it's the last 48 minutes of that movie that is 5x better than the first part.
You're kidding
Oh
me.
no, it just rocks.
It does such a perfect rendition. You know when people, they'll always say like the new Porsche 928 is coming out and they've got these renderings of this beautiful car. It looks even better and more timeless of the way the 928 ever looked. That's what that movie was. It was flawless from what I saw. I loved it. I loved it.
You got to come over and finish it.
Caddyshack.
Oh no, I love Caddyshack.
Caddyshack.
There's about 3 or 4 movies that I watch. I don't want to say religiously, but almost religiously, at least a couple of times a year. Caddyshack's one, Blazing Saddles, Spaceballs, and Big Trouble in Little China with Kurt Russell, and The Thing with Kurt Russell.
48 Hours still holds up pretty good.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, with
That's
Nick
Eddie
Nolte.
Murphy?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie
and
Murphy and Nick Nolte.
And Nick Nolte.
What are your 3 go-tos?
Trading Places.
Yep, holds up.
Yep, love that one.
Geek out a little bit. The original cartoons Transformers. Don't know if anybody else has seen that. besides
That
me.
one you
That's the
lost
first
me on the
movie I ever
second
saw
one.
at the theater, so that was in
Okay.
1985. And the one movie I watch regardless of, I've never intended to sit out and watch it, and it is a Keanu Reeves movie, but The Replacements.
Hell yeah. That
Yes,
movie doesn't get
yes.
old.
Great movie.
Oh, that is so killer.
Great movie.
Oh, that is, and it's shot well as a football movie too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because even when they're in and they're playing, I think you get a lot of that
And I'll
real
give you a bonus
jive.
football movie, Any Given Sunday.
That one's good. That
Yeah.
one's good. That one's a little heavy for a religious watch. That one, yeah, that's kind of like in the Jerry Maguire realm, like serious movies. But Mike is coming in.
Rudy.
Christmas
Yes.
Vacation,
Classic.
Classic.
classic. You have to watch Christmas Vacation.
All the
or you
national
can have
anthems
Christmas.
you have to.
Yeah,
Well, you know,
European
that's-
Vacation I'll pass on.
Christmas Vacation, I watch at Christmas. Young Frankenstein, I watch at Halloween.
Yeah.
I mean, those are... And,
Tombstone.
And White Christmas at Christmas.
I'm a
as
Christmas story guy
Bing Crosby.
versus Christmas.
Yes.
No,
Christmas
Friday.
Story, hey,
Yeah.
that's all right though too.
Yep.
Christmas
Josh
Story.
Sims.
I
mean, if you want to judge Josh Sims, this is it.
Go ahead.
Police Academy.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Preaching. All
I've
right.
got a thing for Kim Cattrall, but
Yeah, but you don't choose the movie because of that.
No, but she was in Porky's too. So I mean,
Something about
Well, then
Mary
watch
was
Porky's.
good, though.
Yeah, watch
Josh,
Porky's.
I'm gonna move you back up one notch. Something about Mary was really good. I'm a huge fan of Dumb and Dumber, the original.
Yes.
Amen. And that
and I heard they're remaking
ages.
that.
You better not.
Don't just leave it alone.
Again, that is the most tragic set of sequels in movie history, I think. Dumb and Dumber.
They did a Dumb and Dumber like 3 years ago, and it was dumber.
It just wasn't there.
That just was so cutting edge with they broke so many shock value barriers in that movie. The diarrhea scene, the hot pepper scene, all of the dead, the pets' heads are falling off. All of that stuff was just cutting edge, and now
You can't recreate that.
No.
You can't recreate the balance of survival in the real world and them being too ignorant to live in the real world.
Yeah.
They somehow got that to mix, but the latest just
I flipped
And
on.
unfortunately, they fit right in with where we are today.
Yeah, speaking of, Idiocracy holds up as a
Yep.
new age documentary.
Great movie is Step Brothers, but the other day I flipped it on. It was on TNT. The
Man.
clean version, horrible.
Yeah.
That's like Blazing Saddles.
Horrible.
If they had a clean version of that now, it'd be 8 minutes.
They wouldn't release it today.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, the clean version of 8 Mile isn't that good either.
Yeah, clean,
They did
clean
a
version.
clean you can't do a clean version of 8 Mile.
It was on TNT.
Oh, well, it just must have been a lot of lip syncing, but there was no audio.
Yep. You can't double stamp a triple stamp.
No, you can't.
That's all I got to say.
That's it.
No erases. In that Harlan Williams scene when he pulls him over and drinks the piss,
Yeah.
I still don't know how he makes that. So many. I mean, it's perfect.
What was the other movie that was so good with him? The space movie,
Rocket Man.
Rocket Man.
Have you guys seen Rocket Man with Harlan
yes.
Williams?
Classic.
I need to watch that and see if it holds up because I know we watched it a few years ago. And you know when they announce him versus the monkey at the press conference and he starts screaming? We were, just crying.
Yeah.
Reversing it.
I think
crying
that's one
again.
like Alessia could watch and have fun with that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Have you seen Rocket Man?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Have you seen it?
The only one I'm thinking of is the Disney Rocket Man, which was based on a comic book.
I don't think this is the one. This is.
No, but you got to find it. It is hilarious.
That's kind of in the same realm for me as Strange Wilderness.
yeah,
Strange Wilderness, I will cry every time I watch that movie.
every time.
I still think Tommy Boy holds up pretty well, too.
Tommy Boy.
I'm liking you more and more.
Yep.
I'm liking you more and more.
I'm seeing past the Iowa shirt right now.
I'm just seeing he kind of ebbs and flows for me.
Yeah.
But it's a net
Well, you know,
positive.
and,
Yeah.
then, and then we get into anything that John Candy was ever in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Planes, Trains, and
Uncle
Automobiles.
Buck,
Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck.
Get your hands off me,
Cool
God
Running.
damn it.
I mean,
Feel the rhythm,
Runnings.
feel the rhyme. Come on, Jamaica. It's bobsled
It's
time.
Bob's that time. Blues Brothers Animal House. Thank you so much.
Are you dead?
For everyone
Yeah,
who's.
man.
Yeah, man.
but the sad thing is, about half the movies that we've mentioned, you couldn't make now.
Most of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched one that was made in like 2005. Not that long ago. We watched that and I'll remember what it is because you guys will pull it up and remember it. Boy, you cannot get away with
I'll
this
tell you
stuff
what,
anymore.
there's a classic TV channel, and it just shows constantly Sanford and Son.
Oh,
Go watch yourself a couple episodes of Sanford and Son.
Oh,
And
Red
it
Fox was
is-
just phenomenal.
Or Roseanne.
And
Oh my
Red
God.
Fox's
Roseanne.
stand-up was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love.
He was nasty.
He was nasty and hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Cigar Talk Live. Thank you guys for joining. That was heavier than I wanted that pour to be. Thank you guys for
Since you
joining
had it
us.
off.
Yeah, since we got it off.
My God. You know
This
how to make
is-
a Ron pour. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's.
Jesus. That was
Well, he's got small hands. So I gave him a 3-finger pour.
Yeah.
That's all. And I'm just going to go ahead and apologize for my overall performance. I'm pushing my hardest right now, but I have literally been on podcast since 4:30.
Yeah, we did it. And by the way, if you're a member of Cigar Newbies, and if you are watching us on Facebook or wherever else we send this, the Gram and all those places, tonight or this afternoon, I guess, Brandon and I were on Deep Cuts with Antoine Reed, who is Tobacco Business Magazine, does a show where normally he's interviewing like the who's who in the cigar industry, and then he broke ranks and decided to interview us. And Brandon and I took advantage of making sure that he was almost unable to start the show because he could see us before the show started, and they're playing this bumper, and me and Brandon are completely jacking around, and he is laughing his ass off. And I thought he was going to start the show in the middle of just
Antoine
an
Reed,
all-out laugh.
The first question that he asked Pops, Pops comes back, well, Anton, that's a good question. Antoine. That was definitely...
Antoine.
You watch the rest of his shows, and they're all buckled up, and they're talking about their story. No, says I. No says I. And watch the last 10 seconds, shall you?
That's and not to deviate too far from everything, but that is the
from where?
But that's the beautiful thing about the shows that you guys do on a regular basis with Saturday at the Shop and here. They're entertaining. They're fun. You don't have to worry about being all caught up in everything. You're here having fun.
Yeah, there's no use taking anything serious at this point.
You know, really, that's what the ethos of this show really is. Because you could spend your time running through TikTok or Instagram or all of these that no one really knows you're on the other side of the lens, nor do they care. But when comments come through, we absolutely love seeing those come through. So like your interaction is important to us.
Exactly.
So maybe you're just sitting out there killing some time, but this is a good way because we care about you guys wasting time with us.
Chris and I used to joke about that all the time. You know, y'all's show was fun. Ours was educational, but that's why y'all were doing much better than we were.
Well,
Marty was, and I don't want to give the cat away here, but he was surprised that Antoine. He's Anton to me, but Antoine was a 10 and an 8 today. So Marty's coming in saying he was surprised he was a 10 and an 8. But I knew when I started throwing out, you look like a Star Wars, Star Trek guy, and he started laughing. Then when he starts telling the story, and he starts reciting the name of the episode, then you know you're deep. But you're in it like Ron's in it.
Here's where this show has fucked me up, right? I'm sitting outside. Pops and I are having this conversation about growth and what his oil company's doing and what we're gonna do, and I can't wait to grow, and the world's getting a better place, and we're getting our balance together, and we look up. I was like, you see that light over there? You see that light over there? He's like, yeah, I see it. That thing isn't moving. It just dropped like 60 feet, and we were like, glued to this thing. He's like, that's a drone, right? No, that's not a drone. That's an alien. It moved again. Now it's not moving. So we have this like in-depth father-son conversation on the patio. Weather perfect, hummingbirds everywhere. And we're just like, that's definitely an alien. So that's the fault of this show.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe I'm more of a believer now, as much as I poo-poo on it.
Why do we always think they're intelligent life forms anyway? So they can't be like Uncle Bill from Pennsylvania.
I think Uncle Bill from Pennsylvania could be an alien.
That's true, but we always put them up to a standard of they're intelligent life forms. And I've met some people, I'm like, man.
Elon Musk? He's an alien?
Yeah, but that's
Lizard Man
is an alien.
Definitely a lizard man.
All
Him and
redheaded
Bezos both.
females are aliens? So, yeah, I mean, these are all facts you can't deny.
Well, let's talk about that, right?
Okay.
I mean, what would the aliens be? Would the aliens be dumb like Men in Black, the OG? Or would it be some sort of super, super high productive Elon Musk type character?
Well, they had to be smart enough to get here.
That was going to be my point. But, just because they have advanced technology doesn't make them necessarily have common sense.
We have a ton of advanced technology, and we are not going the right direction.
Common sense.
Exactly.
Ooh. That's very valid.
I think we could have already been to other planets,
morons,
but they couldn't monetize it. That's the difference. I have a feeling in their galaxies, it's not all about the money. So there's probably a lot of technologies that didn't happen because there was.
It's like Jurassic Park ride.
What character is this clown?
Who's playing him?
Aaron
Trump
Clough.
is playing him.
Trump is playing him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. Common sense ain't so common no mo, is what Wayne Ferguson says, and I believe that. I think it's maybe more of a distant relative to the Bigfoot versus Alien.
Well, you got to remember the movie Mom and Dad Save the World.
Missed that one.
John Lithgow and Terry Garr, and the guy that was on Saturday Night Live. I've got John Lovitz.
Mm-hmm.
And he is an alien with all this advanced technology. The entire planet is full of morons.
Interesting.
In fact, it's a hilarious movie.
What's it called? Mom and Dad Save the World?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'm for that.
It was filmed in Iowa. Sorry, I haven't had an Iowa joke for like 20 minutes.
I was wondering if you're still alive over there.
So let me ask you, what has been your experience in ICC? And I don't want this to turn into a promotion.
It's way down now.
Well, that's why
they make fun of me in the state.
Bottom of the barrel.
I want to hear kind of what your path is, and let's not get too cigar-y, too promo-y on the ICC side, but like, how would you put your experience in a nutshell?
I like it. I've been to several different of the cigar places, lounges around. I just keep finally coming to myself here, and without what he said getting too cigar-y, I like the selection. It's not what you're going to get at Cigars International or Cigars Warehouse or wherever it is that you're buying on your online cigar. It's more of a boutique that you're not going to find anywhere else, and the atmosphere here is great. You know, you walk in, you see the couple of people. When I was first coming here, I knew nobody. Sat down by myself, but everybody's friendly enough that they come over, they introduce yourself, they have the conversation with you, and you have a rent-a-friend who actually becomes a true friend, and then eventually $7,000 later, $200 a month, you're part of the family.
It's that easy. You got to buy your way in.
Yeah. More of a fraternity than a family. Yeah.
Now, but I'm curious, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Please.
Because him and I just met tonight. I think I'd said hi to him earlier when I saw him earlier. But what's your cigar story? What was the first cigar you ever had? How long have you been smoking cigars?
A couple of years now. There's a little place down in Dallas that I used to go to. It's not open anymore, but just a couple of guys were out there smoking cigars, and they're like, "Here, have one of these." So that's kind of where I started.
Do you remember what cigar it was?
Free. Those are always the best.
Beautiful.
I love that. Cheers, brother.
That's not even. That's.
You know, free beer and free cigars. That's my type of business there. So.
Yeah, we did forget to shotgun the beer.
Or Gurkha.
Yeah.
So
or
after that, I went into the whole. What does everybody else do? We go to the Olivas, you go to the Monte Criscos, you go to the Romeo and Juliets, and then I'm still more of a Connecticut type wrapper guy, but I'm slowly but surely moving into a darker wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
No, that
That took time. That was kind of an evolution for me. It was always the same color, the same size, always a Churchill. Now it's some more Toros and some other things, which I smoke them a little quicker, but I'm finding that I'm getting more flavor in the shorter cigars.
Yeah, it's interesting. I just scrolled down here and I see that there are actually people hanging with us. And thank you so much for being here. If you want the conversation to go away, you guys get to choose what the next topic is. So drop that in the comments. And it's so interesting as to what you were saying is, for you, you're looking at this evolution of what you smoke, right? But the way that we see it and the way I see it is your evolution of experience. Because there have been a couple times when I've witnessed you watch somebody walk in by themselves and you just pick up what you've got and you sit down right next to them. And it's like, that's what we did this for.
And all this started because I played pool at the place next door, and I was just killing time for about an hour and a half every Tuesday. And now I find myself coming in a little earlier just so I can kind of hang out and bullshit with the guys.
That's cool.
Do you play pool?
I attempt to.
Okay.
That seems like a humble way of saying yes.
Yeah.
Never bet that guy. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right. It's like Andrew at a golf club.
I know lots of people who are way better than me.
Yep.
That's where you learn.
Yeah, exactly. You never fight the guy who's smiling, without a doubt. Okay,
Well,
so
and I'm always fascinated how not only how people got started into cigars
We have
and
plenty,
stuff
Chris.
like that, but their palate evolution and that type of thing. Because, like everybody, those who get it start experimenting with other stuff and start tasting different things.
Crack.
And it's little
We had to stop selling that.
we did have to start.
Yeah.
Profitability was great.
Profitability was great.
That's what's on the other side of the door.
Yeah, too many people died.
Yeah. Just
We do
rule
have
number
some,
one: don't kill your customers.
We have some pretty cool questions. I'm going to start with the most topical version of this. Zach Patterson coming in. Your craziest drunk experience that you can recall?
I love Larry sticking up for me. Dave doesn't drink. I did.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bet you he's got stories.
Yeah, I got stories.
I'm not gonna ask
It was
you
back in
about
the
it.
disco. It was back in the disco days.
I'm so
I
curious
love the
because
disco
I think
days.
this is valid topical storytelling time.
Well, mine was, to set a proper example with my son sitting here. Some of my best drunk stories were obviously
Fathering?
while I was in
Fathering?
high school. Yeah, I mean, high school was just a great.
Yep.
It was the it was the hardest 8 years of my life. But I'm telling you,
But goddamn, you went to Iowa and finished it
I went to Iowa and I finished it and passed
for free.
So, no, several. There were. I used to bowl a lot. I was actually a pretty good bowler. I mean, I would have told you I wasn't very good, just so we could play
I
for
wasn't
money.
very good at that either.
Yeah. Oh shit. Never mind. So, but yeah, we used to go bowling on Wednesday nights, and if you got a double, everybody put in quarters, and then you would pay for like this big party at the end of the year. And we were really good, so we would have like $2,000 in this pool
In the 70s.
I mean, everybody had like a 200 or 200 average, so everybody was throwing in money. And we went up to Lake Okoboji in Iowa, one of the hot spots in Iowa.
Great crack.
And that was, we drank all the way up there because you should drink and drive. And then we get up there and have hangover number one. Hangover number two didn't happen until after I went on the jet ski.
Oh.
And
Stand-up jet ski or sit down?
no, it was the beginning of the sit downs. But I found out that, hard corners put up these big wakes. So I'm going around like dusting these boats, and it was just it was just bad. And then one guy decided to chase me, and then I found out how far a jet ski would actually go up the beach. Because they looked serious. They were angry.
They were
angry, and
What a road rage there.
And so. Yeah, I ran that thing about. Oh, it was in a bad way by the time it was done. And so I just remember throwing the key at the guy, and he's like, "You can't drive that up here." But
Already
that was the
did.
beginning of things going really downhill. It was the beginning.
There were many a nights in high school that I remember being someplace and waking up at home and wondering how I got there.
Ooh.
And walking out and seeing the car in the driveway, and knowing that if it wasn't for God and the car had a mind of its own, obviously, because that's the only way I got home.
Jesus took the wheel.
That and it was an old '72 Oldsmobile station wagon with the simulated wood grain on the sides.
family
and everything.
truckster.
Ooh.
Yes.
Family truckster.
And that's it. And I swear to God that it knew the way home, and it got me there almost every time.
Almost. What do you mean almost every time?
Well, there were a few dents every once in a while. But the cool thing about that car was the tank. You could run it off the road
Yeah.
and bang it up a little bit, and it just kept right on going.
Have you seen Busy's new racing stripe on the side of his
I
truck?
saw that.
We'll move on in case he's watching.
I'll
Wes,
tell you-
do you have a story with that?
I'll check that. I'll check that out later.
Now I had Tom Quant drove a 55 Chevy, and we would go to the drive-in theaters that had these, they had these
Yes,
humps in
yes,
them so that you could
yes.
elevate your car.
Look like doubles.
They look like 200 yards of doubles, and so I'll never forget. We went down there and we loaded the trunk with people and 12 packs of beer, and we just sat there, and everybody came down, and we just got destroyed. And I'll never forget Tom going, I'm too drunk, and you race motocross, so maybe you should drive us out of here. So I'm in a 55 Chevy just hitting these jumps. Boom, boom. It was not a good jumping vehicle.
No,
And there were guys,
it was a beautiful car.
we came with like 9 guys, so there were still 3 guys in the trunk. And it was just, I did 200 yards of just hitting these concrete whoops, driving in between the speakers and stuff.
Oh my
God.
And
Tom
I was
was
the
an
same way with
idiot.
the wagon. Can you imagine how many people I could fit in the back of the wagon?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you fit 6 in the seats, and then you fit 6 more in the back.
yeah. Did that one have the reversed facing bench where you looked
No.
out the back window?
Family
No.
car.
That's
No,
it. Yeah.
it was just nothing but bed.
Oh, damn. You have a good one?
Details are a little fuzzy, but it was my first apartment down in Waxahachie when I first moved down here. We had a party with a bunch of people, and I just remember at the end of the night we were all riding around the apartment complex on the garbage truck as it was trying to empty the trash.
Really?
Yes.
I'm sure they just enjoyed having you up there,
I'm
not
sure
doing
they
any
did.
work.
I'm sure we were
One,
hanging off
one
the
guy
side
gets
of it.
scooped inside there.
But
Where's Bob?
Part of the reason why I drink, I don't want to say I drink well, but in high school I was drinking 151 Bacardi with Everclear Chasers for playing quarters.
Jesus.
Yeah, and I'm surprised I have a liver. But
Yeah, it's ticking away. Yeah, it's ticking away.
and I kept a bottle of 151 Bacardi in my locker my junior and senior year.
Damn.
Pop test, I got to go grab a pencil.
You are kidding me.
No,
You are kidding me.
no. But that was Texas back then.
Oh, no, that was different
they
than
had-
how I grew up.
They had guns in their back windows.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course we did.
Yeah, why not? I
Yeah.
mean, if you're going to drink 151, you got to have a gun.
Gotta have a gun in the back. Yeah, that's it.
When
No,
do you
see,
see a
mine doesn't come from high school. And actually, mine's probably not very
because
good. Mine.
That's because your dad would have whooped your ass.
Well, I think the best
Yes.
overall gang drunk story was your bachelor party.
That's probably my favorite drunk story. And we
There
had
was
a
bodies
party
everywhere.
bus. It was my dad, my grandpa Duke. It was my 2 brothers, my best man, one of my best friends Clancy, and a couple of other friends. And bachelor party.
And your wife to be.
And my wife on my
She
bachelor
came to your
party.
bachelor party?
It was perfect.
She had a vodka bong mounted to her back and was just pouring drinks.
And
for
she
everyone.
was so heavy-handed that you would say, you'd give her the nod, and it was like a 2-second after that. By the end of the night, we were eating crickets.
Yep.
Everyone who wasn't a Frakes passed out.
Yep.
Chrysler slept on the snow outside
yep.
until we picked him up. Clancy passed out. Jordan passed out. Clancy, who ended up sleeping in the bed was Clancy, my dog. Ale, my wife-to-be, slept around the toilet, just hugging it.
My dad takes a header to the brick wall in my fireplace.
We came home and he's like, "Hey, you help me?" Like, "Yeah, I'll help you." He's like, "I can't stand up and I got to take a piss." So I'm holding my grandpa by the belt as he's taking a piss, and he's telling me how much he loves me. And he's like, "This damn
It's always
prostate,
how much he loves you.
this damn prostate won't let me get me a fucking dropout." and he's just swinging. He's just swinging like a skyscraper in the wind.
Free, man. Trying to work it free.
He wakes up. He goes in the middle of the night, wakes up, falls, hits the mantle, busts his face open, ready to get like 15 stitches. My uncle, who was also there,
Yeah.
Uncle Junior, Ale does still have the vodka bomb. We got you, dog. But my uncle sees him. My grandpa, instead of taking a piss, just goes and lays down to go back to sleep in his puddle of blood.
With a concussion.
Junior, my Uncle Junior, wakes up, sees that he's definitely dead.
Yeah.
Goes and wakes you
me up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Says, I think the old man's dead.
I think the old man's dead.
The next morning, he's eating breakfast with us.
We all wake up, we're sitting breakfast. He's got I think a duct tape face. And he calls my grandma, and she's on speaker. And well, Mike, how was it? She's a dirty old lady. Don't make that sound like she's innocent. And he said, pretty good night.
Pretty good. We're having breakfast.
We're having breakfast. I got a little boo-boo on my face.
Yeah.
What do you mean you got a boo-boo? He sends her a photo, and it is split wide open.
How many stitches did you wind up having to have?
He had to get like 9 on the inside.
Yeah, I think it was 9 and 12. Wow. And my wedding was 3 weeks later. And so it was just an incredible event that was sleeping in my bed with Clancy curled up on this side, my dog and myself and my wife in the bathroom. Everyone else splayed about dead. I mean, dead.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's a good party.
And here's what we find out. All right, so my favorite part of this, for those of you who are still with us. So we take the party bus because we're going to go bar to bar to bar to bar, right? We go to the first bar. Everyone gets a little bit too liquored up. So what we find out is we feel like we've been driving to bar to bar to bar. Well, the party bus just kept circling the same block all night for hours. So like, hey, will you find a place to take a piss? Yep, no problem. Pulls over right away, 7-Eleven. Because we were doing the same circle because you got to be right there in case you got to take a piss.
Because the driver knew what the heck he was doing.
Exactly. And it was incredible. So we hop out. Ale is new to this country at this time. And she has a friend whose friend is, she's from China originally, lives in Mexico. Well, she has an Occidental name, and then she has her actual name, right? So we're standing.
Like the Indian guy who's Bob.
We're standing in 7-Eleven, pissed up, drunk. And Ale, we're waiting for the bathrooms because someone's in the men's. My grandpa went in the women's. And now we have this Chinese fella who's there in line. And fast forward 45 seconds, no more. She's saying, what's your Occidental name? It's like, my name's Jonathan. Bullshit. What's your Occidental name? I know you people have, I know you have real names. Show me your license. She's just like this sweet young gal, right? Just grilling this guy. And
I love your wife more and more every minute.
Shows a license. She's like, bullshit. This isn't your license. Give me your real license. And just hounded this guy until finally my grandpa left the women's bathroom. And just hounded him for being Chinese, basically. It was one of the greater nights of my life. I'm glad you brought that up because I did forget it.
Now, Dave, do you remember?
I think The Old Man's Dead would be a great shirt.
Do you remember years ago they used to have the baseball hard hats and they would have
with the draped things on them? Yeah.
I was 16. I was 16 working at this place, and they sold those, and I bought one, and we used to go around. And I would put Coke on one side and rum on the other. And so I was getting a 50-50 mix of rum and Coke.
Oh.
And I'll tell you what, it didn't take too long, and you were having to take that hat off.
12 ounces of Coke.
You might want to leave the helmet on.
For protection. That was a good night. Holy shit, that was a great night.
I'll tell you, my dad he's just a walking disaster. He's just in between disasters.
He is the
We were
best.
fishing one time at his cabin down in Missouri, and he goes, hey, I stuck a fish hook in my finger. Can you help me get it out?
Oh, God. Oh.
And it was a huge hook that went through the bottom of his finger and came out through his fingernail. Oh, and he's like, he goes, what should I do? Should I bite on leather or something? He thought it was like, World War I, we're going to cut his leg off, pour some whiskey on it.
You'd have to
So
cut mine.
I gave him a shot gave him a shot of Jack Daniels, and I cut that thing off. I had to cut it and pull the thing out backwards. But I don't know. He got it through the bone, and it went through the fingernail and everything.
Sweaty.
God.
I'm getting so sweaty.
I can't.
I can't do it. Yeah, I'm with you.
I get too many sympathy pains just thinking about that stuff. Back when I had cable, I would be flipping channels and you hit that surgery channel with people doing surgeries on people.
Oh.
And oh my God, I would just almost die. And I couldn't click fast enough to get off that crap.
Oh, no, that is rough.
There is a reason why I am not a doctor.
Josh is saying it's better than your brother sticking one in your face.
we never had that, right?
I think didn't somebody hit Nathan and Nathan got hooked with a.
He might have gotten.
It sounds like something that Nathan would have done to my dad.
Yeah, that seems
would have
close.
hooked him with something.
Is that what happened with his thumb? Did Nate?
No, that was
Okay.
something else.
Oh,
I don't know how the hell he got it in there.
oh
but
man,
he did.
Duke, I just can't wait.
I tell you what,
one day we'll have
fishing
Duke on
hook-
here.
Fishing hook injuries just creep me out so bad it's not even funny.
Oh,
Because they are so sharp and they just do such weird things when they just hit you. And the only thing, like you said, the only thing you can do is cut the tip off and pull it out backwards.
oh, Oliver says, Ron, there are probably more than a few reasons why you're not a doctor.
Passing the entrance exam would have been the
they
first
don't.
problem.
Well, I think they don't make Hawaiian shirt scrubs. Is probably number one.
I think they do.
I think they do now. They didn't back then. Yeah.
It's valid from Mexico.
This is Zach.
So you're telling me I should go to Mexico become a doctor?
You could be a doctor right now.
You're a doctor now.
Yeah. This is
The doctors down there are driving cabs up here, so you might as well go down there.
actually a valid point.
Yeah.
Actually, real valid point.
Yeah.
Zach Patterson, this is great. Welcome to Tuesday night Cigar Talk, ladies and gentlemen. No one even put in a comment of which direction we should go next.
I think we
Aside
should jump
from
right into the judgment
the drunk
zone.
story.
Let's just jump into the judgment zone.
But can we change up the questions for the sanity of the viewership so they don't feel like it's Groundhog Day?
Well, I have a feeling if we don't include those, I mean, if we want to add one, that's good. But I think if we don't, the utter disappointment, I mean, people might not even go to work tomorrow.
Well, at least that takes the focus off of me because I've already answered them.
Oh no, you're in this pool.
No, but I mean, they're for him.
Yeah, but he already knows the questions. That's
You already know the questions?
Sasquatch.
Okay, so I'm going to say you're a believer.
I am a believer.
Perfect. Iowa. And then
He's probably seen one. He's probably had dinner with
where
one.
he's at?
Yes.
Up there in that area?
Exactly.
He's right, he walks across the street and he's in Minnesota? Hell yes, they're up there.
They are all up there.
damn.
Guarantee
Probably
you.
has Loch Ness as a pet.
So the second one is aliens. Do you
We've
think
already
they're
been
real?
there.
Yeah, we did go there, but you didn't say what you believe.
They're out there.
They're out there.
All right.
Yep.
So that's a 10.
Ghosts.
Are we talking like Casper friendly ghosts? Or are we talking?
Whatever the ghosts you picture in your mind are.
And
There's two.
do you
There's
have any
spirits.
experiences with them?
There's spirits, or there's the apparition. He's slamming the doors, knocking the chairs
Poltergeist.
over.
He's
Poltergeist.
from where the goddamn Field of Dreams is.
Right.
I've played baseball in Field of Dreams.
There's another great movie.
Eh,
You don't like Field of Dreams?
that's all right. It's
That's
baseball.
Should get a
Oh,
little
I'm
culture
sorry.
in
I
your life.
forgot. They hate
Culture.
baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's steal a bunch of
gonna
Dominicans
watch
and
two
play a
guys
game
play-
where we
I'm
don't
gonna
allow them to get
watch
to
two
juice
guys
up.
play catch for 4
because
hours.
Jesus Christ, if they hit the ball
Now,
far.
wait. You say that. I'm a firm believer. I think we should eliminate all drug
Baseball.
drug
Oh.
restrictions on all sports. If they want to steroid up, do whatever. Because what that would do is the medical industry would all of a sudden start producing all kinds of stuff for performance enhancements. And then all the side effect medicine that would be after that, we could become immortal because there would be an incentive to produce that kind of material. And I want to see football played
Coming soon,
with
Josh.
12-foot guys with big honking teeth.
I'll tell you, I would
You
watch.
have never been hit by an inside linebacker, I can tell you that.
No.
Because they're big enough as it is.
Listen,
it fucking
listen.
hurts.
I played middle school.
Turn his mic off.
No, turn it off.
Timothy Meyer.
No, I played
It is
middle
off.
school. I played middle school football for one season, only about half season. I was the smallest player on the team, and they put me at center because it was the fastest snapper they had. Okay.
You look like a snapper, like a whippersnapper.
So I'm playing a game, and because I was so small, the only thing I could do with the nose guard was either trip him up or fall on him.
Yeah.
And I had been doing that to this one guy all game, and it was pissing him off. And so he finally got pissed off so bad that I snapped the ball. He took a half step backwards, grabbed me by the face mask, and went whoop, laid my ass out.
Well, that's what you get.
They carried me off the field, and I looked at my dad and said, I don't want to play anymore.
I would like to just say this about baseball. If they put a 15-second pitch clock where they had 15 seconds to get the ball back from the catcher to the pitcher, and he has 15 seconds to throw the ball,
I got no problem with
boom, boom, boom. That, I think that's the way to go.
Oh, they're putting a 23-second clock out.
What's that?
Are they actually?
They're putting it. Yeah, it'll be
23 seconds?
I think it's 23.
I think that's going to help the sport.
Then maybe make it a 10-second clock. I mean, I could see some rapid fire.
Boom. Blow shoulders out all day
Just
long.
all
No
day
rest.
long.
That's kind of like what I like when I see football teams doing rapid play. They're huddling. They put 2 or 3 plays, and they just go back to back to back. They don't wait for everybody else to maneuver. They already know what they're going to do next play. Let's do that with football too.
Speed it up.
Exactly.
Speed it up.
Yep.
But have you've seen Jalen recently, right?
Yeah.
That's a natural human being. Do you want to get hit by that?
Oh God, no.
What if he was juiced up? What if he had an extra 60 pounds of muscle on him?
And went faster.
Do you know how many people would die in football?
No. That's the whole thing with the whole medical advancement thing. They would regenerate parts almost instantly.
Here's
That's
the
why you
thing.
guys watch too many movies.
Here's the thing. I legitimately, I got hit when I was playing college football, and ultimately my back, everything. I got out of the car today, both of my feet were numb. Right? Because my back is forever fucked. Right?
Oh no!
Both of my feet.
Completely.
I mean, not pins and needles, numb. And I realized that if somebody bigger hit me, someone that wasn't 210, 210 and kind of fast, if someone 260 Jalen's build hit me, I would be dead forever.
Well, and back when I was in the military, I'm trying to remember the 2 fighters that were fighting, and they were commenting that the loser of the bout was going to make like $5 million, and in the 80s that was a lot of money, and one of the guys commented, I'd get in the ring with that guy for $5 million. I said, no, he would hit you one time and you would be in a wheelchair going, I got $5 million.
I wouldn't be around to spend the $5 million.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, your kids would have a coke problem and you'd be dead.
Exactly.
They'd be just wheeling you around.
Exactly. And you wouldn't be sane enough to spend the $5 million.
Well, I mean, look at Leon Spinks, right?
Exactly.
I met Leon Spinks at the Golden Gloves in Omaha a number of years ago, and that guy is not smart enough to clean a toilet.
No, and that's what he does now.
That's what he does for the YMCA.
He's a janitor to the YMCA in Kearney, Nebraska, or Grand Island.
Yeah, I mean, it's not good. It's not good.
Well, you know what? I saw an interview with Mike Tyson. Don't get me wrong, I love Mike, but I saw an interview with him just today, a couple of weeks ago, and I'm thinking, I watched about 30 seconds of it, and as soon as Mike started talking, I went, yep, can't listen to him talking anymore.
And he didn't get hit that much.
Yeah.
Like the Holyfield fight, he got hit. He got hit a handful of times.
Yep.
How do these guys in this MMA shit survive? That's like just a wicked brawl.
Ooh, we got a good question coming in. Then we're going to hop over to some car shit. Frank Tomaszewski, what was the worst job you ever had?
I worked in a marble factory making marble countertops and bathtubs, and that's where I realized that cultured marble was actually made from a resin and wasn't actually chiseled out or anything like that and polished. And
The big lie.
And I used to joke, I thought cultured marble just meant it was educated.
Nice. All right, so marble factory, that's a pretty tough one.
I worked for a construction company and I scraped tiles off of floors.
Yeah, that wouldn't
I roughed
be a
one
cool.
summer as well.
The bad
Yeah, I
thing
did-
about the
I did
marble
that
factory
once.
was it was in a warehouse, no air conditioning, and the resin gets hot when it's curing, and the owner basically was when I showed up when he told me to show up, and sometimes that was 3 o'clock in the morning because they were loading stuff for installs, and I left when he told me I could leave, and there were many nights that I'd work 3, 4 o'clock in the morning till 8, 9, 10 o'clock that night,
Whoa.
and that was
And it was kicking off toxic fumes, which explains a lot too.
yes it does.
Paint
Yes, it
chips.
does.
Why we
Yeah.
can't be a
Thank you,
doctor.
Dave.
Yeah.
What's the worst one you've worked, Ed? What's the worst?
Technically, one job that was technically not that fun. It was doing countertops, Formica countertops at Plywood, Minnesota. The only problem that completely reversed that is when everybody left at night, I would come up after school and I would have access to the room I would do all this work. But when they left, I would take the forklifts and I had like a stock car track built, and I would time myself. And
Didn't
try
you
to
get
cut-
fired for that?
Oh, I love
Well, they weren't happy. They weren't happy.
I worked with-
Thank God there was no security cameras because it had the big carpet thing that would grab carpet because they sold carpet
yeah,
there. And I'm whipping around with this like 18-foot steel pole on there.
Running
But
labs.
That was fun. But no, I think making pizza, I did roofing for about 2 weeks on 100 degrees, black asphalt. You're laying down on the roof and stuff. That didn't last very long. But
I don't blame you. I do
but
not
making
blame you.
pizza, that was Valentino's. That was not fun.
Yeah, everyone's got to have some rough jobs.
I worked at a pizza shop for a while too, for about 6 months.
I worked in Nebraska, in Lincoln when I was going to school, and it was a valiant job, and I actually enjoyed the job, but on the face value, as I kind of tell you, it probably constitutes as a poor job. I worked at the Developmental Services in Nebraska, where I worked at a group home of the roughest developmental disabilities. So these were people who were shaken as a baby, were shook as a baby. Their mom, the kid still had cigarette burns on his legs, drinking, the worst situations you could ever imagine. And one of the first shifts I had, there was a gentleman that they couldn't put anything in his room because he would piss on it, rip it off, break the windows. It was all super bulletproof glass. It was a rough job. And he was so strong. It's probably my first memory with it. He took the handle and ripped it off on the inside. Ripped it off.
Off the door?
Off the door. And then was just kicking the door. So I was like, oh man, I got to go check on him. I was naive. I didn't know what was happening. Obviously, I got up to make sure he was good. And when I went, he was there waiting for me. And he threw about a 90-mile-an-hour fastball at that doorknob right at my head. And it just ding right off my head. And just a dinosaur egg that lived on the side of my head was something that will stick with me. Now, Kurt, we developed a really cool relationship, and it was a very meaningful job, but the amount of house fires I had to stop, the amount of human piss and shit, and we had to lock up drawers because you remember in the movie Seven, there was a guy who had Prater Willies, so they would eat themselves to death. He had that, and that's the truth, and it becomes very manipulative because they're going to manipulate anything to get to calories, and he would steal. It was a rough job, but it was a good character builder. That was probably my worst one, getting beat up by kids who had a reason to be pissed off at the world. So yeah, and Josh Sims actually was on last week, and he is I think he's a special ed teacher for Frisco ISD. He said had to restrain a special ed student today, hence the tequila on the patio. Cheers, you do
Amen,
kind of God's
brother.
word.
Amen. I understand completely.
Yeah, let's pivot,
Please.
shall we?
Shall we?
So Frank's got a good one. JD Mars has traded places with any other person for a week, famous, not famous, living or dead. Just pick someone, real or fictional, whatever. Pick that person for a week. Who are you trading with?
Ron Perlman.
Perlman is an ALA pro? Is that the same Ron?
No. Hellboy.
Oh, okay. Big jaw dude, gray hair.
Yes.
Okay.
Hardworking guy, does a lot of voice work. He's just a cool guy.
Cool guy.
Yeah.
You're gonna swap with a cool guy? You're already a cool guy. You already know that, right?
Do you get like
Not
their
at all.
superpowers and stuff for that week?
No.
You just want to be an actor for a week.
Sure. Even if it's just doing voice acting.
Yeah, that's so gay.
What do you mean it's so gay? Mark Hamill from Star Wars got his start doing nothing but voice work.
You know you could do voice work.
No, I can't. I don't have the voice for that. I barely can do.
He's a living cartoon character.
I can barely support a podcast.
We're gonna, but that's because people have to look at you. So if you hop over to it,
That's true. That may be true.
The voices of Ron.
The voices of Ron.
Honestly, I think you've got a voice that would work. We need to set up.
So that's my new job.
We need to set up a 123 voice account for you, and I will help you with that. Yeah, I think you could do voice work.
I would. I'd take like Mick Schumacher's seat in the Haas car for a week.
I'm going driver for sure.
Yeah.
Because in a week you don't have to worry about your contract being terminated.
Or I could do Burt Reynolds and Stroker Ace.
All right, Burt Reynolds. That would be a cool one.
But I want a young.
He's pretty
Burt
dead.
Reynolds.
But
I was going to say I want
you
a
know, swap
young Burt
spaces
Reynolds.
with him now. He's 6 feet under.
Mine would be. I would be an F1 driver for a week.
Yeah. I mean, if I could have Tiger Woods' skills and then get a week of playing at that level.
Yes.
That top tier when he's winning the Masters by 15 strokes.
Yeah. If I could have that for a week, that would be fun.
I would say David Spade to spend a week with Chris Farley. All the movies they did together.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, because you wouldn't want to be Chris Farley for a week.
No.
But just
Unless you were down by the river.
That's right. It's from Iowa.
Who would you want to hang out with for a week? Because that you kind of started on that area.
That's easy.
Yeah,
that's easy. Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey would be awesome. I think
I would learn so much from Steve
I
Harvey.
think if you could sit on the set with like Will Ferrell, I think you would. I think he's just
For a week.
That would be cool, but I would learn so much from Steve Harvey alone. I think that would just be phenomenal.
I would say Nolan Ryan.
Nolan's not a bad guy, too.
Who would you do there, Brandon? Who would you want to hang out with?
For a week?
Don't say your dad. That just
No. I understand what this exercise is.
Third podcast, I want to get mixed.
I thought he was going to kiss your ass for a second, Dave.
Yeah.
No. I understand that. I always hate when we throw out these hypotheticals and people go, I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't get the fucking question then because you're an asshole. That's a really good question. Who would you hang out with for a week?
Another good one for me would be George Burns.
George Burns.
And probably 2/3 of the people on here.
I think hanging out with Jordan would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Jordan would be cool. Yeah. That's a really, really good question.
Why Nolan Ryan?
We're going to go silent until
I'm a baseball guy. I'm more a purist. He's a business guy as well. I mean, I'm a business guy as well. So just pick his brain to see, how did you get started in all these different ventures? And I mean, he's one of the greatest baseball players of at least my generation.
Yeah, I think to go against everything you say, I think maybe Keanu Reeves. Because I'm not picturing, like you guys are picturing like really cool stuff. I could learn so much. I could be this. But I'd rather just go somewhere, hang with him, smoke some cigars on the beach. But he's ultimately a humble guy, right? He wouldn't do the second Matrix unless everyone got a double.
A humble guy.
Right. So how do you maintain the stardom but still be a humble guy? He's a guy that believes in training. He's a guy that believes in his team. Like those things, and we would get the perks of being an A-list celebrity, so anywhere you would want to go, you'd get the treatment. But you're still with a guy who's not going to revel in it. He's a guy that's just going to fucking hang out with.
I saw something the other day on him. A couple.
John Daly.
There was a couple that ran into him. They were fixing to get married. They ran into him in the hotel, got to talking to him. They had a good time. They invited him to his wedding, and he shows up, and they've got wedding pictures with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
you're-
character, right? I think
that's definitely character.
That's the guy that I would probably just sit, hang with, disconnect with.
No,
maybe we have a
I can't argue with
conversation or
that at
two.
all.
Like
That's phenomenal.
I
That
think
is
that's where I'd go. And I wouldn't be too starstruck with him because I'm not like
exactly
the hugest
because
fan
he
of
doesn't
him.
want it.
Right. So we could just sit and I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, I think there's probably a lot character-wise to learn from that guy, if anything. Well, who is yours?
Well,
Daniel Craig.
Josh spun me out. He said Britney Spears, and I thought that wasn't a bad idea.
In her prime, though, not.
Oh my God, that would be just nuts.
All right, so then the question is, who's the 1 week vacation you take with? Is my wife watching this right now?
Uh-oh. Yeah, this is... No, probably not.
No, she's definitely not watching this right now.
No.
All right, who's the 1 week vacation you take with? Silence falls amongst the board.
Selma Hayek.
I was thinking Selma. The problem is, you know, I jokingly used to say that I had a short list, but my problem was all of my short list people are older now. Like
Betty
Stephanie-
Davis.
No, you're close. Stephanie Seymour, Kim Cattrall, and I'm trying
Queen.
to think of the girl that played in Lois and Clark. She also played in Soap Dish with Robert Downey Jr. and Whoopi Goldberg. I'm brain dead on her name, but they're all older, and
Ooh, Wayne Ferguson coming in with Kate Beckinsale.
that would be.
That's not a bad one there.
That's not a bad
Where
one.
you at, Wes?
Reese Witherspoon.
She's too young for me.
Reese Witherspoon.
One of our members here, Jim Trader, his son is an actor, and he played in one of these Hallmark shows, and he was dating Reese Witherspoon in the show. So he's checked that one off his list.
Reese Witherspoon. All right. Probably going. Yeah, I'm probably going Shakira on this one.
Shakira.
Oh yeah, I'm going Shakira. Look, have you seen her now?
Spanish.
Oh, I'm gonna pull this up and you tell me if I'm wrong.
Terry
of what she
Hatcher.
looks like now.
Terry Hatcher's the
Terry
one I was trying
Hatcher.
to think of.
Look at that. Come on now.
Yeah, she's
That's
doing
last
all right.
year.
Yeah.
She's doing all right.
That's last year. That's like almost 50. Look at that.
Touche.
Right? Hips don't lie, the whole thing. Sorry, Ollie. Oh man, we got people coming in. Marty Upton says Mariah Carey. I just made that up for him. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
for real.
Eva Green. Eva Green's not a bad one.
All right. Let's take
Sean,
one last
you know,
question to
it just-
buckle this
I don't know
thing
if
up.
Sean Ratz is watching, but basically any chick.
Oh,
We love you, Sean.
oh,
I don't know if Sean's in.
touche. All right, let's get to the final. I don't know where we're going with this. I'm kind of tossing this to.
Yeah, you're
You're
just.
making shit up at this point, man.
I've been making shit up for 4 fucking hours, Ron.
Yeah.
5 hours I've been on podcasts.
Yeah, if you want to see a quality podcast, go back and watch some of the earlier ones.
Yeah, I actually think this one's been good.
It has been.
All right, so what's the final question? Let's put that out there.
Well, let's go
Well,
back to
he's an
let's go
Iowa
back
boy,
to-
so you might have to ask him about the steak.
Let's go back to cigars.
But they have pigs.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's go back to cigars.
No, Ron, you don't understand this show.
Okay, then I
The
won't.
show is it
All right.
only has cigars in the name.
All right. Then I'll shut the
We
fuck
don't-
up.
we don't-
Now you understand the show.
yeah.
Last dinner.
Okay.
Last dinner, death row dinner.
Death row night. Death row night outside of the prison. Death row night. What is it?
God. Without sounding too much like a pig, that's the kicker. But it's your last night, so who cares?
You do whatever you want to do.
Tomahawk ribeye, shrimp, baked potato, grilled asparagus,
With who?
Followed by what?
With who?
creme brulee.
And
No,
then
with who?
With
They're
who?
gonna chase it with a drink.
Oh,
you're sticking with the meal. I mean, we're talking a whole kit and caboodle night
listen,
here.
And listen, just pick any girl that you ever dreamed about, but then finish it off with a Balvenie 40-year.
I could give two fucks about that there, Ron.
I know,
Yeah.
but
But that's
me,
what's that, a $20,000 bottle?
yeah.
Okay. Yep, you might as well just get hammered
well.
horse shit.
That's right.
And I'm a Scotch guy, and Balvenie 40 is right up there, man.
Okay.
And that way, when they pull
Have
the
you ever
switch,
had any? Is that your bucket list drink?
No, but I have not had it. I have a friend of mine who has got a bottle, and he said next time I come over, we're going to drink some.
Well, I'd say see you tomorrow.
I would have showed
What
up.
are you waiting
I
for?
would have showed
Yeah.
up. Would have showed up. Okay, that's good.
The deal is, he's like a brother to me. I would not take advantage of him like that, and I will do that eventually. But that's just the way I am. I'm not going to go over
Yeah.
there and go, give me that 40-year-old Balvenie. I'm just not that way.
Zach Patterson. I don't mean to laugh as I read that. I mean, chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, smothered in gravy with some grilled asparagus. I can take you to fucking Babes right now.
Right now
and
we
we
get
can
that.
have that.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
and
then
I tell you
I don't
what.
even have to kill you. I can get.
No.
It's like
And if you-
it's like $18. I
And
got
if you want the tomahawk or a decent steak, just head over to Randy's.
Randy's is a great spot.
Is it good?
It is fantastic.
Randy's is fantastic. I love
and
Randy's.
they have a whole story about how the house got there and
and how it's haunted.
I
Next
went there.
week.
The steak was not. When I went there, but it was years ago. I didn't
Well,
think it was that great.
Damn,
The-
Frank
but I'm sure it's gotten
Tomaszewski
better.
coming in.
I had the last time I was there, I had the blackberry stuffed filet. That was phenomenal. And the
You know
the
why they
other-
stuff it? You know why they stuff it? Because it is not Nebraska beef.
Yeah, yeah.
But the other thing is,
I
they're
can
one
get
of
you
the
a piece
only
of Nebraska
places
beef off
that
the
I
garbage
know
truck
of
I
that
rode
makes
around
a
on.
decent hollandaise sauce. Their hollandaise is perfectly creamy, and I always ordered the hollandaise with the asparagus, and they just go together so well. It's just phenomenal.
Frank Tomaszewski, he gets the point of the last meal because he's going golden tacos with Jennifer Lawrence because someone is going to have to clean up that golden tacos mess. So good for you. That's great.
Yeah.
winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, that one's good. We've got last night some Schmitz, I think it's Schlitz malt liquor, backwoods and cruising Bigfoot through Louisiana wide open. Because I like this
Now, wait a
show.
minute,
It's gone
wait,
off a
was
cliff.
Was that McClurkin?
Oh, and then he throws his wife in. JD Mars, you pussy.
If you're gonna throw your wife in, make it a three-way.
Yeah, at least throw something. Make it fun. Okay, so then what's the last night for you?
I'm probably gonna. I'm just gonna eat like a large Big Fred's pizza. Chase it down with a bag of fries from Broncos, and then go down to the Drover and have a prime rib. And then at this point, I'm ready to explode. Probably get in a Ferrari and go as fast as I possibly can.
Yep. See, that's
into the wall and be done.
Yeah,
with
what
it.
the hell? I'm not going to let them do it. I'll take care of it.
exactly.
Damn, Skippy.
I'm going to have the
No, I love
stereo
that, buddy.
cranked up and I'm hitting the wall.
I'm with you. I think I'm going to start the evening at Circuit of the Americas in Schumacher's 2004 V12 F1 car. And then, I actually think it was a V10. And then I'm going to have in the paddock, there's going to be a perfectly prepared Broncos hickory burger
And fries.
and fries. And then there's going to be some risotto with a prime rib from the drover. And then I'm going to finish it off with a couple of Broncos apple pies.
Yeah.
So you're going to Broncos.
Broncos in Omaha,
just-
Nebraska.
And then get back in the car and just go put it in the wall.
Put it in the wall.
Yeah.
I'm taking the back straight through 6 here, and I'm keeping
12
it.
miles an
I'm
hour
keeping
and
it wide
hit it.
open until it's not open anymore.
Yep.
I'm just going to keep it all the way open.
Yep.
And it's going to be quick. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, Josh Sims, go in and Google Broncos Omaha and put in Hickory Burger.
Hickory burger is awesome. It's barbecue, but their
you what,
fries, they
I've
literally put in the potatoes and punch them, and then throw them in the fryer, and they are
You know, it's
the
funny.
greasiest. Oh, they're
We
so
get, we
good.
get done with Nick's service, right? And I leave Nick's service from emceeing it. I'm driving down Dodge, and I just feel drunk from emotion, right? And I thought the only place I can go right now, I'm just going to 120th. I'm taking a right. The car took me to Broncos, and I walk in. I'm in a fuzz. I'm in that. You know when you have a bad dream,
Because your car knows where to go.
and it took me there, and I'm sitting up front, and I'm looking in there. I don't know what to order. I just have this punch drunk look on my face. He says, "What can I get you?" And I looked at the kid, and he looked back at me, and I said, "How old are you?" He said, "I'm 16." I said, "The last time I had Broncos, you weren't even a thought yet. So I need 2 hickory burger," and I ordered it, and I said, "Make it good," because this is, and I gave the rundown, and it was like the most fulfilling. By the time I brought that bag out to the car, it was full of grease.
I got to hit
Oh, the
Nebraska.
bottom of the sack just looks like
I've
it
got to
was
hit
dipped in
Nebraska.
grease.
I've got to hit Nebraska.
Omaha,
Broncos.
there's
I've never
so
been
much
there.
food. Gandolfo's, there's so much food in Omaha.
Big
It's
Fred's.
unbelievable.
Big Fred's is so
It's so much better than Whataburger. I can tell you right now, these are fighting words. I would absolutely say it's better than
Well,
In-N-Out, I promise you.
good. Oh, yeah.
Is Broncos a franchise
No.
like
No.
Whataburger?
No.
Well,
No.
and that's the difference. And
No,
that is
just
the
a
big
little
Whataburger
difference.
can
local.
suck my dick because Whataburger sucks.
Well,
Just like
Tell me
that.
I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
I ain't
they
arguing with you.
don't suck. They're not the best thing in the world.
No, it
but
sucks.
When
they
people
don't
are
suck.
buying, cups and shirts for, no.
No,
You haven't had Broncos.
Now, I like Juicy's Burgers, which is a small franchise in the East Texas area, and they're really good burgers, and I like them better than Whataburger. But if you're up here in this area, Whataburger or Five Guys is really the only thing you got.
Nah, go-
In-N-Out,
go to
baby.
Kenny's.
Wingfields. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wolf Burger.
Wolf Burgers,
And let me
they're-
tell you
they're
the
good.
sad thing. Wolf Burger is opening up a goddamn location right around the corner from my fucking house. And I'm like, there goes my goddamn budget.
Yeah, $23 burgers. Look at that. Just
Look at that. Oh, look at that.
I
The
gained
And
fries.
I'm
House looking
talking
at that.
less than a mile from my freaking house.
All right, we're getting off of here. Thank you all. We love you. We appreciate you. And,
Thanks for having me.
Thank you
Thank you for being here. Truly, we've been working on this for probably a month now, and I'm so glad you were here.
And I'm appreciative that I got to meet Wes and have a good time with him. Thanks for letting me come in again.
You're always welcome
You're
here.
welcome. The marble story explains a lot about the rattling that I hear in your head when you walk real fast.
Adios, suckers.
See ya.
See ya.
Take care, brothers.
Podcast number 3 is over.
We're still live.
Yeah, I've worked some shit jobs.